Welcome to Cory Turner Talks Cars, and it's time for I Want It. Okay, it's 38 years old, it was grossly underpowered, was produced only for 2 years, only 9,200 examples were made before the company went bankrupt, and its owner was arrested on suspicion of drug dealing. But it's the movie star car I want, the DeLorean DMC-12. Now, when I think of the 80s, I think of some great films, right? Like Breakfast Club and Goonies, and of course, Back to the Future. And when I think of Back to the Future, I think of the coolest car ever, the DeLorean. Now, sure, I had the Lamborghini Countach poster on my wall, but the dream car for me was the DMC-12. This looked like a futuristic spaceship on wheels. I mean, the stainless steel body panels, the wedge shape, and of course, the insane gotta have gull wing doors, right? This was the supercar to many young boys. Now you top it off with Doc and Marty installing a flux capacitor and racing through time. I mean, what wasn't there to love about the DeLorean? Well, okay, there was a few things. First of all, the DeLorean may have looked like it could punch a hole through time, but in reality it was slow, like sadly really slow. It had a naturally aspirated 2.85 liter V6 PRV motor. That's Peugeot, Renault, Volvo, PRV. Why did an American sports car have a PRV? Okay, that's some manufacturing nightmares we're going to talk about later, but that was the engine, right? It produced 130 horsepower, 153 pounds-feet of torque, but at a weight of 2,700 pounds, you have a 0 to 60 crawling speed of like 10 seconds. Now, some reports said 9, but that's still slow and depressing, so I still want it, but depressing, right? It took 17.9 seconds to turn the quarter mile at 76.5 miles per hour. So think about that for a second. Doc and Marty, the crazy wild-eyed scientist, and the kid from Back to the Future had to reach 88 miles per hour to time travel. Now, in that awesome movie, the one that I base all of my time travel theories off of, well, that and the indie film Primer, but anyway, the DeLorean had to hit 88 miles per hour in the Twin Pines Mall parking lot, which was considerably less than a quarter mile. So we got some movie magic happening there, but that's okay, all right? Okay, so the DeLorean didn't have much to talk about under the hood, but the rest of the car, well, I mean, really that was a different story. Standard options included stainless steel body panels, those really cool gull wing doors, of course, air conditioning, power windows, power locks, power mirrors, AM/FM cassette stereo, leather seats, tinted windows, tilt in the telescopic steering wheel, had a rear window defrogger, right? Intermittent wipers, and a 5-speed manual transmission. I mean, really the only options were like you could pick gray or black interior, or you could go for an automatic transmission that cost, I think, about $650. So, where did the DeLorean come from? So John DeLorean was a legend in the car industry. While at GM, he kicked off the muscle car craze by developing a little Pontiac muscle car called the GTO. You probably heard of it, right? So he became the youngest division head at GM, snagging that title at a young age of 40. All right. But in 1973, he left GM and started his own company, the DeLorean Motor Company, and he set out to build his sports car of the future. Now, DeLorean brought blood, sweat, and tears to the project, but he had some big-time investors like Roy Clark, Sammy Davis Jr., Johnny Carson, trust me, they were like big celebs at the time, and some other like really fat wallet people, right? But the company was never financially secure. With delays, overruns, and manufacturing issues, there wasn't enough capital to keep the company afloat. The cars were rushed to production too soon, there was a lot of bugs, and they didn't have a chance to work it out, and all of that really took a toll. So this American supercar, built by an American car legend, had to outsource production all over the world as it chased money to stay in business. In hopes the British government would provide financing, the manufacturing plant was put in Northern Ireland. The motor was built in Northern France, and the manual transmission was built in Normandy, right? So in late 1983, John DeLorean was arrested for trafficking cocaine in efforts to keep the car company alive. Now, he was found not guilty, but the incident was a true case of entrapment, but it took its toll. DeLorean never recovered, and the company fell into bankruptcy, and the dream was over. A 2-seater sports car with family mover performance, with a logistically nightmarish manufacturing process, issues not worked out prior going into mass production, and an owner arrested for drug trafficking would have all been enough to doom the DMC-12. but you throw in an economic recession at the time it was launched, and the car just did not stand a chance. The Back to the Future series made the DeLorean DMC-12 legendary, but the real story behind this crazy car and its visionary creator is the real stuff of Hollywood legends. I should do a movie about that guy. Either way, the DeLorean DMC-12, I want it. As always, I've found a few DMC-12s for sale online. I use those pics and I put those links in the descriptions. If you buy one, you gotta let me know. I mean, seriously. All right, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and share. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share us with your friends. Tell me what car you want. Let's go car shopping tomorrow.